Welcome to Secret Spaces, everybody. Thanks for coming. This is a weekly Twitter space featuring contributors to Secret Network and news from around the ecosystem. This is a pretty special edition as we have quite a few different dApp teams that are going to be presenting quick updates about what they've been building. And I think we'll probably try to limit it to 5 minutes per team, if everybody can do that. Maybe just go ahead and give a quick summary of what your dApp is and then what you've been building recently and what people should be looking forward to over the next couple months. Let's start with Shade Protocol. I see we have a couple of people on stage from Shade. If you guys want to go ahead and unmute, give yourself a quick introduction and tell us what you've been working on.
Sure. Just want to say thank you, Patrick, for allowing us all to be here and chat. It's always a great chance to get together with other builders who value privacy-preserving properties and getting to see what everyone's doing. To keep it quick from the Shade side, my name is Red Eyed Bear behind the account, and up here with me is Carter Wetzel, lead researcher for Shade Protocol. If anyone's not aware of what Shade Protocol is an interconnected self-referential system of private applications that all drive value accrual and governance to a single token, which is the Shade token. In this interconnected suite of applications, we have a variety of different DeFi applications such as private liquid staking derivatives, private bonds. We launched the first implementation of asymmetric concentrated liquidity for Shade Swap, which allows for extremely efficient swaps between liquid staking derivatives and underlying layer ones. It also functions as a stable swap, and all of these trades and liquidity provision, it's all done with privacy as the expectation. And then also we have Silk, which is this flagship product of Shade Protocol. Silk is a private by default over-collateralized stablecoin that is pegged to a basket of currencies and commodities. Currently, there are 6 assets in the baskets, 4 currencies and 2 commodities. And yeah, Silk is this main flagship product. Currently, people can borrow Silk with 0% interest, 0% borrow fees, and be able to leverage that Silk to do whatever they want, whether it's to borrow other assets, leverage loop, to hedge against global volatility, to preserve purchasing power. So we're really just about, our main goal is to be able to put the power back into individuals' hands who are wanting to make the most out of their assets. And so that's what Shade Protocol is here to do, is to empower unstoppable finance.
That's a great summary, Red, of what Shade Protocol is. And I suppose I can hop in here and talk about what was recently launched and where we're headed next. So at the end of June, we released the final portion of the Shade Protocol airdrop, the remaining 70%. It's been a 2-year journey to finally get to this point, but now kind of the decentralization and distribution events are officially coming to a close. So if you haven't claimed the final portion of your Shade Protocol airdrop, definitely do that. Clawback begins on July 28th, I believe. So any unclaimed airdrops will slowly start to atrophy back to the Shade Protocol community treasury. The other thing that launched side by side with the final airdrop was Shade staking. Shade staking is really important for the future of governance, for protecting the Shade DAO ledger, in essence, via, the more that's staked, the more kind of economic security that's protecting that ledger that's governing all of, Shade Protocol. And on top of that, staking is super powerful because it allows stakers to tap into the various fee streams that are generated across all of the Shade Protocol applications. So we are heading towards a real yield model. We're rolling out various different fee streams and levers this month. And so anyone who's a big fan of Kajira, anyone who's a big fan of sustainability, Shade Protocol has listened to its community, and we're heading full steam ahead towards the real yield model. Some really impressive statistics is that 49% of all Shade was staked within the first 6 days. That's crazy. We're talking, 2 years into a project life cycle, and that means at least 49% of all, it's not 49% of all people, but we'll say 49% of the protocol decided to stake within a 5-day period, essentially 2 years into the project's existence. That's absolutely crazy to me. The community is wildly engaged. Secret Network and its users are loving Shade Protocol, and we love them. So that's been just super cool to see the support on that side. In terms of where we're going next, we will have mobile V1, which will support the swapping page, the bridging page, staking derivatives, and a couple of others. That should be rolling out within the next week or so. It's in its. I feel like we've been saying that a week or so for like multiple weeks now, but we are really close on the V1 and mobile. No more will you go to the web page and say, "Hey, we're only desktop compatible. We're from the 1990s." You know, it's like we're finally getting mobile compatibility, which I think was probably one of the bigger mistakes. But we know it is what it is, and now it's here, and we're excited to get that in the hands of users, literally in your hand, right? Not on your lap, in your hand with your phone. And then separate from mobile, we'll also be adding support for MetaMask and a bunch of other secret network wallets. We've been working on a multi-wallet framework. There's one final piece of the puzzle to get MetaMask to work, and it's tied to permits. And there's actually a bunch of collaboration happening between Asaf, Kent, and Austin. So not even like all pure Shade developers. It's actually like a secret network collaboration happening behind the scenes right now to get that final piece of the puzzle ready to go. And then once that's good to go, pretty much Secret Network will have the ability to support Ethereum signatures in a way that MetaMask doesn't see as threatening. And so you'll have a very like normal signing experience. So we view multi-wallet support as hugely important. This is primarily because everyone absolutely loves Kepler 2.0, right? Right? So we're really excited for multi-wallet, really excited for mobile. And outside of that, you can look forward to D-Shade, which is a Shade staking derivative on the not too distant horizon. And besides that, governance and liquidity order book are two other key primitives that are being looked into right now. And Len V2 and money market. Those kind of 4 or 5 things really summarize the next half year to a year. And Real Yield is really at the heart of all of this and providing an amazing user experience for private and unstoppable DeFi powered by Secret Network. So yeah, that is the update from our end.
Yeah, and just to kind of tease, I got to test out the mobile support yesterday, and holy crap, is it slick! I'm trying to keep my PC or my responses and exclamatory statements PC right now, but it is super slick. So really excited to get that out to you guys.
Awesome stuff. Thanks, Shade team. We'll go ahead and move on to the next team, and let's go to Starshell.
Hey guys. So in terms of Starshell Wallet, just want to remind everyone that we currently have a iOS app in production on the App Store and a Android public beta happening right now on the Google Play Store. Both of those mobile apps have a built-in dApp browser that allows you to connect to any dApp that currently supports Kepler, which will include Shade once they allow that or enable the mobile experience. We're also working hard right now on making Starshell interchain compatible. So that actually requires somewhat substantial refactor, which is going to add support right off the bat for Osmosis and Cosmos Hub in the initial release, and then more chains in subsequent releases. Aside from the wallet, there's also been a lot of development for things that are more related to the secret network or other elements of the chain. So first up, we have a change coming to the Secret Ledger app, which makes it so that your ledger can actually delete the messages before you sign them. So right now, if you're familiar with the Secret Ledger app, whenever you sign a message to execute a smart contract, the message is actually encrypted. But this change will make it so that it actually shows you the plain text of that message, and in a way that it can't be forged. So even if you had a malicious program that was trying to get you to sign something, it can't fool your device. We also recently added evaporation to the protocol, which makes it so that contracts can better hide the amount of gas used during execution. We're still working on documentation for that. And then also most recently we added SNP 52, which is a new SNP that allows contracts to emit private push notifications. And the idea with SNP 52 is that it takes a lot of load off of query nodes, because rather than having dApps and wallets that are querying a contract waiting for an update, like, oh, what's my token balance, an app or a wallet can simply subscribe contract and say, I just want to know, once someone transfers me tokens, let me know so I can update my internal cache of my token balance. And the contract will actually emit that notification. It'll go through the regular channels, the existing push channels on the secret network stack, and actually get a notification that, okay, Tony transferred you 10 token X, so update your balance accordingly. So that's just those are the most recent things we've been working on, and we're really excited to see SNP 52 in action. Of course, also still heavily focused on the Android beta. So if you have an Android and you haven't downloaded it and would be willing to try it out and give us feedback, we'd really appreciate it. The interchain stuff is a lot of work, so bear with us, over this quarter as we get to rolling out to other Cosmos chains.
Awesome. Thanks, Starshell team. Hand it over to ActList.
My name is Ilya. I'm lead dev behind ActList project, and it's NFT marketplace with unique privacy features where you can create, manage, and market your NFTs. We are now wrapping up development to announce the second testnet challenge. Next testnet challenge is practically out of the door. It's a matter of, I think, 2 weeks until we announce it. Participants will be rewarded as before with active points, which will lead to higher user rank. The more active points you have, the more active tokens you'll get from airdrop when we finally have our token. Yeah, so what has been done since the previous testnet challenge, because this is the second, we improved the NFT auctions. Verifications are optional now, and newly created auctions will appear on marketplace right away. No need to wait until someone verifies it. If you really want to put an auction in a spotlight, however, to make it better visible, then in that case you would require verification, which is a peer-to-peer. Users with high credibility will have this ability to verify. So for the new features, we made the search almost instantaneous. Landing page is more functional. It shows real content from the marketplace and NFT collections. With the recent community grant, we have developed NFT peer-to-peer swap. It's finished. There you're able to swap any NFTs against other NFTs. The only precondition, you need to import those NFTs in ActList. It doesn't matter if you are listed on other platforms. It is still possible to list with ActList. For the next testnet challenge, so it will be announced in 2 weeks. And based on feedback, we'll make improvements, of course, as usually. And the final beta testing will be around September then. And after that, we are practically ready for production. That's our plan. We're really keen to deliver this NFT platform to a secret network community and all users. Even if we have to cut some corners, we still will deliver. I think now it is the main focus is to really complete all functionality, but mobile support is what we probably will have to develop post factum after we are in production, but we will see. Mobile support is absolute priority. Carter is right. It's a must. But first, we are wrapping up all functionality, and then mobile support and supporting other wallets. Scapular shouldn't be the only option, of course. That's it from us.
Thanks, ActList team. Let's hand it over to the Lorem Ipsum team.
Okay, so first of all, thanks for the invite. We represent Lorem Ipsum and Geeks team. For those who doesn't know, we have started as an NFT collection back in September 2022. Together with the collection, we have released an indie metaverse. So this was a little space for NFT holders to hang around, paint some paints on the walls and everywhere. We had a few events at that time. The collection itself is minting pretty slowly, but what's more important for us is our product that we keep building and adding new features little by little. At the beginning, our metaverse was just open for Geek NFT holders, but with the recent community grant from Secret Network, we have decided to open the metaverse for the wider public. And so here are the updates that we are preparing for this or possibly next week. So first of all, it's a new website. We decided to keep geeks.pix website for NFT collection only. And now we have launched loremipsum.network. So it's just for the metaverse. It's already live, but there are just 2 pages available. So it's kind of like an alpha version. So one is an authorization page, and here we have some improvements. There are 3 ways to connect into the metaverse. One is, of course, full access for Geek NFT holders. And the second option is with glitch candies. Glitch candies are collections, multiple collections on, I think, Secret Network and Stargaze. They are also the guys that are building some of the spaces in Decentraland. So we have partnered with them, and users that want to log into Metaverse with a glitch candy can do so by connecting their Kepler wallet. And the third version is for absolute anonymous experience. No wallet needed, just log in and you are in. So this is for the authorization. The second page that is available is dashboard. Dashboard is a way to control the metaverse itself. It's in beta version right now. The only feature available is creating the events. So the events are for now is so we have 2 huge screens on the metaverse, and users can schedule events maximum 2 hours and broadcast their favorite videos there. They can choose between YouTube and Twitter for now. This is where we have faced some difficulties. We were communicating with both YouTube and Twitter because of the rights things, but now we have found a solution. So everything was tested, and we had a few sessions with the team already watching some of the cartoons there and some of the videos festivals. So this will be available in the nearest release. The dashboard is also available only for NFT holders because it's a privileged thing. Yeah. Otherwise, we expect many people to come and spam with lots of different videos, which we don't want. So these are the things that are currently in work, but everyone will be able to come in, watch videos that others have scheduled, no matter if you have NFT or not. So these are updates from our side, and also just wanted to mention that good news are coming from big industry leaders. Apple has joined the creation of metaverses with their VR glasses. So slowly this industry is getting bigger and bigger. So hyped up about this. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, Lorem Ipsum team. Let's hand it over to the Secret Dashboard team.
Yeah, so for those who don't know me, I'm Alex. I'm the founder of Secret Saturn, and together with Secret Jupiter, we're developing the Secret Dashboard. And the Secret Dashboard is a place where new users and, of course, existing users can come in and have all of the most important functions and tools at their hands to get started in Secret, or if you are a more experienced user, you have all of the tools that you need to bridge tokens in, bridge in and out of IBC or use web functionalities, and also discover all of the dApps in secret network. So the idea behind it is we really have a place where everyone can come in and have the most important tools just at their fingertips. And so far since the last time we did this secret space for the dApp teams, we actually pushed some updates. So right now the secret dashboard supports Leap Wallet. So that was something new. So now we got all of the wallets together, bundled into secret dashboard, and all of them are working fine with it. What we also did is, since the launch of the XLR assets happened during that time, we also included these into the IBC bridge, and also we added the new secret tunnel bridge. So everyone who's new to secret will have the XLR assets and the new bridged XLR assets at their fingertips. And these were probably the most two important things that were happening during the last months. Right now, we're also working on tons of other stuff. So we got tons of new stuff planned. First thing that we're going to roll out soon is a staking page. So we had some suggestions from tons of community members who wanted to have a dedicated staking page on the dashboards because they wanted to improve decentralization by having randomly shuffled validators. So let's say you're coming in, you want to stake your secret at a validator. What are you going to do, right? So there's like tons of dApps who actually does this, like for example Kepler or so on, or other wallets. But the thing is, they usually have normal ordering, so that means it favors validators who are actually at the top of the validator list. And we actually want to improve decentralization that way. So what we're going to do is we're going to improve decentralization by essentially shuffling the validator list, as well as doing other stuff to basically warn users that they might consider, they should consider going to a validator that actually has lower voting power to actually help them out, and also just improve decentralization again, which is the main aspect of this. So it's coming out pretty soon. We're full steam ahead on this feature, and we're also planning a lot of other interesting stuff. So, for example, we're also doing stuff under the hood. One of the main things is optimizations for actually search engines, because that's actually something that people seem to forget at times. Other things that we're also going to implement, but this depends basically on the time frame. So right now, staking is the most important feature that we want to do. The other feature would be to implement a small wallet feature. So let's say you're coming into secret and you don't know what are your balances, right? So what is secret, right? So you have some balances imported and so on. Or for example, you haven't been there for a long time and want to see what do I have actually in my wallet. Then we're going to add a small wallet functionality just for you to see your balances, and also to have a pretty convenient way of actually creating new viewing keys for it. So let's say you have some assets and you lost your wallet in some way, you're recreating it, recovering it, and then you don't have your viewing keys at hand. So what are you going to do? And the idea behind it is you can use this wallet actually to create viewing keys and to actually look at your balances again, because that's one thing that some users seem to forget at times, that you actually need viewing keys to actually view your balance on secret. So that's two of the major things that we're going to roll out. But first is staking. So we're pretty thrilled to finally push this into production. And yeah, of course, if there's anything you want to see in the dashboard, any suggestions, any bugs that you see, feel free to ask, or feel free to write us on Twitter, or feel free to ask us on Telegram. So we're always happy to implement almost anything that the community wants to, right? So the dashboard is for the community, and we always want to have the best experience, at least for the dashboard. So that's the most important thing to us, right? So when new users come in, they see this and they're gonna be amazed and have everything at their fingertips. So that's about it for our progress.
All right, thanks, man.
Sure.
Let's hand it over to the Secret Admirers team.
Hi, everyone. Secret Admirers is a decentralized adult content platform that values privacy and transparency. We've found that the lack of trust and transparency in the Web2 adult content platforms, known as OnlyFans, discourages hundreds of thousands of potential users due to lack of anonymity. So Secret Admirers is a creator-first platform that values privacy and encryption for both users and creators. Creators get to choose what they share, who they share it with, and how long they're sharing information for. And at Secret Admirers, we believe that sensitive adult content should ensure this by default. And this is totally possible on Secret Network. We are on schedule to launch mainnet in September, pending market conditions. So far, we have completed several exciting milestones. First and foremost being video streaming using secret NFTs. Essentially, Secret Admirers is using OBS to stream content, and before giving streaming content to end users, that's encrypted, and that's using the HLS protocol, taking small video chunks of data and encrypting it. So basically, when a user wants to engage with a creator, they will purchase a secret NFT from the creator's collection on the website, and they have access to fully encrypted live streams, protecting both the user and the creator. So we're super excited about our launch. We're currently rounding out the front end application, and as I mentioned, planning for a September launch onward, pending market conditions.
So hi guys, this milestone we have been working mainly on the integrating the HLS protocol with Secret Network, and we have been integrating secret NFTs based access to the HLS protocol by removing the encryption key and keeping it in the secret network itself to make the access truly decentralized and encrypted, and to have a NFT-based access for the video content. So yeah, and we have web UI ready, and yep, that's it.
Awesome. Thanks, Secret Admirers team. Let's hand it over to the Yoyu team.
Thanks, Patrick. So, hey, I'm Nick, co-founder of Yoyu. We are an IDO listing platform which is built on Secret Network, and we are live on mainnet. We list IDOs of startups which users can access by staking secret tokens or owning a Yoyu NFT. So users can get our NFTs through our Proof of Passion program, which you can join through our bio. And currently we are more focusing on community building, because listing IDOs during a bear market is quite hard. So that's why we're currently focusing on connecting with startups on our weekly Twitter space, which happens each Wednesday. Yesterday we had Secret Admirers on in an in-depth talk about their product. And yeah, next week we have Legend DAO as the second team to join our spaces. And yeah, so if there's any startup here which is interested, just DM us on Twitter. Yeah, on the technical side, currently we are expanding into the IBC, which is super interesting for us because it unlocks so many startups which we can list on our platform. And yeah, that's about it. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Yoyu. Let's go with Serenity Shield next.
Yeah, thanks for having us part of the panel. Good to be alongside other builders and dApp builders here in Secret Network. So just to keep it short and brief, for anyone that's not aware, Serenity Shield is essentially the builders of a decentralized application, a multi-chain application that's leveraging blockchain technology and private smart contracts through Secret Network to provide our users with a safe, robust and secure means of storing their confidential and private information. Predominantly our go-to-market strategy was built around the premise of individuals and users looking for something to store on blockchain their access credentials to things like their decentralized wallets. And in the process, we realized, we're just holding a piece of binary information. Why not extend that to other pieces of information? So we're now looking into the future and developing further our existing technology. At the end of the year, we'll be announcing also our corporate solution, which will be more geared towards B2B institutional data storage. And we're very, very excited to announce that we are going to be going on mainnet within the next few weeks. We're just in the process now of finalising some work in the background with hacking. It's continuing to continue the auditing process that we started a few months ago on the smart contract audit. And we will extend that into the dApp testing, pen testing, and things like bug bounty programs that we will put out into the community for people to participate in. As part of that as well, we are going to, while mainnet's kind of moving ahead in the background, we're also about to kick off an incentivized testnet. So definitely be looking into the secret network community to tap into the network of secret agents and various kind of validators and people that participate on a frequent basis in the network to help us with feedback, with testing, for bug checks, everything like that. So stay tuned for information there. And also very excited to announce that yesterday we finally went live with our new look website on the back of our new branding, that refresh that we had maybe 4 or 5 weeks ago. With our partners Flight 3, who helped with the design process, who were part of the Zebu team previously. And really just to finalise and keep it short and sweet, I think keep tuned now for August. Will be a big month for us. We'll be announcing IDO information and pushing towards our launch strategy for the end of summer with both the product and our native token search. So there will be a lot of communication around those subjects, and people can reach out to us in all the usual channels, Telegram, Discord, Twitter, if they want to know any more information about what's coming up. So thank you for the platform and for allowing us to share.
Awesome. Thanks, Serenity Shield. All right, so we're 40 minutes in. We've covered a whole lot of projects so far. Maybe there's a project that's already up here on stage that has a question for one of the other projects. So we'll go ahead and open it up for that as well. Or not a question, maybe even like an update on things that you were doing to work together as projects on Secret Network, similar to how Yoyu had Secret Admirers on their Twitter space yesterday. Love to see collaboration like that. I know Shade Protocol is always working strong on collaborations with other dApps on Secret Network. So it looks like ActList is raising their hand. ActList, you go ahead.
Hi, I have a question to Yoyu. There are 2 points regarding the upcoming regulation. Are you checking somehow the background of the user? The country of origin of the user. And second, to incentivize IDO, I'm not sure if it is possible at the moment to stake with any validator. I guess it's just staking in particular validators to be eligible, right?
Thank you a lot for the question. So regarding regulation, so in our terms and conditions, so users agree that they will not participate if they are under regulation by their country to join, but we also have geo-blocking. So, for example, users from the US are not able to visit the page. Yeah, that's about that. And regarding the staking, we enable smart contract staking. So yeah, I'm not sure if I understood it correctly, but our staking is available through smart contracts.
So wouldn't be it's more available if it is possible to stake just with any validator to be eligible for IDO?
Yes, that's true. That's why we are currently thinking about having our own validator with just a high fee instead of offering smart contract staking. But yeah, that's currently something which we have to evaluate.
It would be just cool if I can stake. Doesn't matter with just with any validator, but because if I like for any reason some particular validator, and to be able to for this IDO, yeah.
That's correct. Yeah, we want to make it as easy as possible. Currently, it's just our first version, our MVP. But yeah, we had that feedback from time to time, and we are working on making it easier for users to join IDO listings. Thanks a lot.
Thank you too.
Main thing that's on my mind right now is we need more wallets like Starshell right now. For anyone who works doing quality assurance or doing support, you'll recognize how troublesome this recent Kepler 2.0 upgraded. So I'm personally and Shade Protocol team and community are incredibly excited to see further support for other wallets like Starshell and Fina. So that's one of the things I'm personally most looking forward to.
And so, sorry, what's the first mobile wallet you're supporting?
Right now, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Fina will be the first mobile wallet that will be supported, and I imagine Starshell should be like right behind it. I haven't talked to the team that's focused on the multi-wallet support in a day or so, but as far as I know, Starshell should be like very close behind Fina and Kepler Mobile.
I think Fina is also the first candidate for us to integrate with. But yeah, it's now in our pipeline. First Fina, and so then first it should be finished, of course, to continue with other wallets.
I'll just add that dApps don't actually need to do anything to add support for Starshell Mobile. If they already work with Kepler, and as long as their UI doesn't disable a mobile viewing experience or is not able to render it, then it'll work with Starshell. So dApps don't even need to do anything special. It'll just already work. But it's worth making sure that it looks okay in the app browser and everything from the dApp side.
Yeah, I know from Shade Protocol's side, there are a few pages in particular that we're still working on finalizing the layout and UI. It's mostly just related to like really big tables. So if you were to go on Shade Swap or Shade Lend, all the different tables that include all the different information about pools and vaults, it's a little bit trickier to get all of that data displaying correctly in a small window. As far as I know, that is like our last hurdle we're working through on the mobile views, and yeah, we'll be off to the races then.
While there's all these dApps here, I'll just remind everyone to if you're actively developing smart contracts on Secret Network, to please go to the forums and find the post about SNP52, and please leave any feedback that you might have there before it gets finalized. It will only be finalized once the next network upgrade happens, because it depends on the piece of information being made available to smart contracts, which is the transaction hash of the execution. But please check it out and leave any feedback. It's up on the forums.
Just out of curiosity, would like the implementation of the SNP52 standard, would that require some sort of contract migration, or like what would this look like?
Yeah, I mean, if you wanted to like upgrade an existing token, it would require a migration. But if you're deploying a new contract, it's definitely a feature worth having. So that's why I said active development. But we are also going to make a reference implementation, or we're going to update the SNP20 reference implementation. And then we also currently have just a basic reference implementation for SNP52 that is like it's the chat app. So we have a full demo online right now. You can actually try out. It's kind of neat, where you can like send direct messages to others based only on your account address, and it uses private push notifications. It actually doesn't write anything to the application database, which is kind of cool. So all the messages information is only exchanged via this private push notification service. So you can go and try out that demo right now. That's also linked in the forum post.
If it's okay, I have one more question for you, Subdoggy. So I'm curious, so I'm thinking about the implementation of this and how this could help Silk out, just from kind of a Shade Protocol perspective. And if, let's say we didn't want to migrate Silk to this new standard, it's a whole process. If there were, let's say a new like peer-to-peer payment application or something like a Venmo, we had scoped out a previous grant for something called Silk Pay, which is basically like Venmo, but being able to use decentralized stablecoins. And really, you could use any asset. So if those contracts weren't launched, could they implement this SNP52 and users still get to kind of enjoy the benefits of that, even if they don't upgrade these other contracts? Or is it something like every contract you want push notifications from has to have this implementation?
Are you asking specifically about the token that hasn't been deployed yet?
Yeah. Like, let's say an application uses these push notifications, but tokens that are going in and out of this application and being used aren't using that implementation.
Yeah, I guess it depends on the application. So if for the token, you would the most likely use case is for transfers, right? So if I execute the token contract, then I'd be able to notify a recipient that their balance has been updated because someone sent them a transfer. But you might have like an application that accepts those tokens. And let's say, for example, like Stash, right? And I make an NFT I post my listing on the Stash marketplace, Stash could upgrade their bidding or their auction contract to use SNP52 so that once your NFT has hit a new bid floor, then you'd receive a notification, or once it's been sold, or or an event happens like that affects you or your listing, right? And then in that case, the notification you receive from the contract would be different from the token contract, right? Does that make sense?
Yep, 100%. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, well, we're nearing the top of the hour. I think we're going to go ahead and start wrapping things up. Be sure to follow all of these projects on Twitter to stay up to date on what they're working on and get involved with their communities. And thanks to all of the dApp teams that have shown up today and given updates. Appreciate you being here. And thanks to everybody who came to listen. Does anybody have any closing statements they'd like to make before we wrap things up?
If you were a secret lunar atom staker from November 7th to December 13th, go claim your shade. Clawback starts, like Carter said, clawback starts in about 3 weeks. So go claim your shade, stake your shade, provide liquidity, and have fun in private DeFi.
All right. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next week on our usual time, Tuesday at 4 p.m. UTC. We're going to be speaking to the Ojo network, which is a new layer 1 Oracle chain native to Cosmos. We're going to be talking about what they're building and what that means for secret dApps and how they might be able to integrate with it. So hope to see you there. And until then, have a good week.